Oh, this is funny. I knew there was condensation on my tent, but it is partially frozen. Trying to take it off, so yeah, it got cold last night. Okay, and here we go. Heading east on the California Riding and Hiking Trail across the park to Juniper Flats, which is like a parking area with the backcountry registration board, and that is where my water cache is. So I'll pick up my water and then I'll kind of go over the route I'm doing today. There's no water in Joshua Tree National Park, and the water that does exist is for animals only. So they do allow you to cache food and water in the park. So gonna go pick up my cache. The sun started to peek over those mountains over there. I'm still on the riding and hiking trail. Should be getting close to my cache, which may be in a pile of frost because this whole area is frosted over. Look at that. We do have some nice morning sun on these mountains to the north here. It looks pretty. Still heading towards that water cache. Okay, I've clearly made it to my water cache. I'm going to attempt to show you the plan for today and spare as much as I can my dirty fingernails. It got really dirty yesterday. So we're here, right here at Juniper Flats, the backcountry board and parking lot. The plan is we kind of came from like right here. So we've already walked this way. At Juniper Flats, gonna head towards the Ryan campground and the Ryan homestead. Then do this little triangle right here, which I'm not sure is an actual trail. I might be cross-countrying that. Take the Lost Horse Trail, which is an old road, down kind of to here. I'm heading towards Keys West, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do this and this, or if I'm going to cross-country it, or maybe come down here, because I think there's two ridges, like right here, and then kind of make my way to Keys West the best I can. That is the trailhead for the Boy Scout Trail. So then take the Boy Scout Trail all the way through these canyons to this trailhead, the Indian Cove Trailhead. So that's the plan for today. Again, we'll see how much of this is actual trail and how much of this is cross-country. There were a couple of surprises yesterday. But that's the plan. Gonna show you where I am. You might be able to see it, you might not. That's the backcountry board for Juniper Flats. Right here, which I know you can't see, but cars have been zipping past already, is the Keys View Road, which takes you up to Keys View this way. And that's actually where, if you remember Johnny Lang Canyon, that's where Johnny Lang's gravesite is up there closer to the Lost Horse Mine. But I'm going to be going this way towards Ryan Campground and the Ryan Homestead. Just passing by Ryan Campground. It's a first come first serve campground. Kind of in a circle around that big rock formation there. And currently heading towards Ryan Ranch, which is the homestead of the Ryan family. If you remember from the story from Johnny Lang yesterday, it was the Ryan family that owned the majority of the Lost Horse Mine that Johnny Lang was skimming off of the night shift. So they live just over here, and gonna go stop by the ruins for a little bit. Okay, so here is the entrance to the Ryan Ranch, complete with mismatched poles at the gate. There's the bunkhouse, the ruins of the bunkhouse over there, and I'm assuming that's the pump house behind it. But first, I'm gonna go to the left here, and you can see the remains of the old structure up there. So this is really cute. They kind of decorated their home, and then there's a trough right here. I'm assuming for horses. So I'm gonna head up there. And here's a foundation of another building. Don't know what it was. I was here with my parents a couple weeks ago. We speculated a smokehouse. So that is on the way up to the main adobe. And here's the main adobe structure. So I'm gonna go in. It looks like there were 3 rooms in this main structure. This was built in the late 1800s, and then, so you can see some of the foundation here as well, and then burned down, I believe in the 60s. It was arson that burned it down. You can see there's some graffiti because people are jerks. But this is the old adobe structure. Let's do a little turn around here. But if you go past the structure, you can see that there is still foundations here in the back. So this building actually extended further out, and we noticed this too. They had a pipe, so they had some sort of plumbing. I know they did pump water to the mine. So if you look at it from this angle, you can see it kind of extended at least out to here. So past those 3 rooms of the adobe. And then there's plumbing, and then we couldn't figure out what this was. Just some metal spikes in the rocks. I have no idea what that was for. Alright, so walking east from the adobe, literally right there, kind of head towards the pump house. I haven't explored this area before, so I'm just going to see what I can find out here. There's random stuff everywhere, like little bits of metal and cans, and there's part of the pipe right there. That must have been, maybe it went to the house, maybe it went to the mine. I'm not sure. The mine should just be kind of over in these mountains over here. I'm gonna head this way. There's a wall here. Kind of a curved wall. And there's a piece of pipe just hanging out. I can't even speculate what this little wall is for. So, if anyone knows, I don't have any kind of archaeology or history background, so I don't know. And here's another remnant of something right over here. Something concrete. I don't know, I would guess trough, just because it's trough shaped, but it doesn't look like the other trough. So more mystery ruins right here. There's something metal right up here. Oh, maybe this was the windmill? I know there's supposed to be ruins of a windmill on here. Could be the stand for it. This guy right here. I'm gonna head over to this pump house. I think that's the pump house. And see what's up over there. Okay, I got some old rusted mechanical parts right here. I also do not know machinery, so I can't speculate on what that would be. This looks like a water tank, potentially. More bits of machinery right here. And then there is this structure up here. This square structure with some wood on it, so use your imagination. I'm not sure what it would be. And then let's see, and that's got to be the pump house. Look at it a little bit more. Nothing spectacular, but it looks newer than some of that other stuff. And there's another tank. Oh, look at that. At the top of the windmill. How to get over here. So there's that. Okay, that's the main part of the ranch over there. And this has some writing on it. Maker LA. Holbrook? UF Holbrook. Don't know what the significance of that is. I don't really know much about this ranch or what's on this ranch, so I'm just gonna film it and everyone else can see and speculate themselves. Alright, so now I'm leaving the Ryan Ranch behind. I'm heading towards the hiking part of the day. And I'm at the Ryan Ranch Trailhead. And as you might be able to see on the map, straight across from here is the Lost Horse Trail, which will take me into Lost Horse Valley, which I might be in already. And I think I see at least a remnants of a trail. So I might actually have something to follow today. I know where I'm headed. If you look straight past this trail, there's kind of a dip in the mountains there, and that's where I'm headed to. So that's up next. Still on the Lost Horse Trail, I wanted to point out what an absolutely gorgeous day it is today. Yesterday the morning was pretty overcast, but today it's sunny and beautiful. And interestingly enough, you can see where I came out of Johnny Lane Canyon yesterday. It's that little slope there, and kind of in the middle of the screen is the dip, is kind of where the canyon comes out behind those rocks. So it's cool when you're hiking these areas, because you get a better appreciation for the layout of the land, and once you've walked through something, you can recognize it at a distance. So it's becoming a little bit more intimate with the features of the land, and is good training to help you match it up on a topo map as well for your future hiking endeavors. Further down the trail and smack in the middle of Lost Horse Valley on Lost Horse Trail. Do a little spin around. Right under some nice Joshua trees. Again, very beautiful day to be hiking right now. You can see I'm getting closer to these rocks. I think this trail ends at the Lost Horse Ranger Station, and then I gotta make a plan from there. But this part of the trail has been this big sandy trail, and it's an actual trail, which is fantastic. It's a little difficult to walk through because the sand is a little loose, but yeah, after yesterday, I'm just glad I have a straight line to follow and I don't have to keep, checking my position and such. So headed a little bit closer. I should be getting pretty close to those rocks, that mountainy area over there, and then I gotta make a turn and decide how I'm gonna get to Keys West and the Boy Scout Trailhead. Okay, we have an intersection where the Lost Horse Trail, which came out of this cool bouldery area, is linking up with this dirt road, which I'm assuming is how the rangers get in and out of the ranger station. So heading towards the Lost Horse Ranger Station. So past the ranger station way back there was this really faint trail. Well, it's kind of obvious here, but it was kind of overgrown in parts as well, but it was followable. I just had to step over some stuff, and it keeps heading north this way. But now I'm headed to the Boy Scout Trailhead, which is being blocked by this rock right here, but basically straight out this way. So what I think I'm going to do now is, since there's no good trail to get it, I can even see the road, I can see the cars coming. There's no good way to get to that trail, so I'm just going to go cross country and grab it, because it's not that much different than taking this trail. I mean, I can see where I need to go and it's pretty flat. So heading cross country towards the Keys West, not Key West, Keys West Trailhead, and the Boy Scout Trail. Looks like I'm not the first person to cut cross country this way. Here's some rusted cans right here. Still heading towards that rock. It just came straight from that way. You can see the road is right here. I am at Keys West and the Boy Scout Trailhead, and there are signs. So that's exciting. Hopefully, since this is a kind of promoted trail, it'll be in a little bit better condition and there. So I have about 7.5 more miles to go until I pop out at the Indian Cove Trailhead. Headed north on the Boy Scout Trail. It'll eventually hit kind of those rocky areas and head through a canyon and then be dumped out in the Indian Cove area. But guess who's visible again? Got San Gorgonio over here. Can see it a little bit better today because no clouds. Tallest mountain in Southern California. This is something that also makes me happy. Trail signs do exist in Joshua Tree. So this hopefully shouldn't be too hard to follow. So maybe I can pack up my navigation skills and just follow a well-marked trail to end the day. Boy Scout Trail is looking a little different now. We're getting into these large piles of boulders and we're getting great views. We're in a very bouldery area. So things have changed a little bit. I was walking through that expanse, that flat expanse of Joshua Trees forever. And it's nice to get a little change of scenery in here. And it's really interesting, this landscape. And once you kind of realize how it's formed, this used to be a volcanic area, and that was all magma probably. I think that's what granite is formed out of. And this was all underground. And the water would seep down and form cracks underground, and now that top layer has eroded, this stuff that used to be underground is exposed and gets rounded, and those cracks get deeper, and eventually they break off into individual boulders here. But you can see that pretty clearly on those rocks that the rock climbers like to climb. They're kind of rounded and they've got those deep cracks, and that's why. Pretty cool. All right, so keep going forward, and should be hitting a trail junction pretty soon. Trail junction with a sign. That is fantastic. That looks like a nice trail. If there's any pines on it, it'll be nice. There's a little tree right here for some shade. I only have like 3 more miles to go now. It's gone by pretty quickly. It's funny how that happens when you are on an easy and maintained trail. So I should be finishing a little early today. Only 3 more miles to go. Walking through the mountainy section of the Boy Scout Trail, and look what we got. Got a view of that valley below. So I think I've just got to kind of actually go this way and get down out of the rocks, and then it's a flat stretch to the trailhead. Pretty cool, nice view. Well, check out the view now. I think I'm kind of coming out the other side. I see the trail going down into here, and then through that little canyonway there. That might be the exit out, but this little valley is where I'm headed. So almost out of the mountainy part. You can get close to the end of the trail. Fantastic view though. Final stretch. I have spilled out of that canyon right there and just have relatively flat downhill easy desert to the trailhead. So directly in front of me is the Indian Cove Trailhead, which means end of the line for this trail. It's a nice little quick holiday backpacking getaway trip, and it had some history, had some scrambling, had some route finding, and had some maintained trails. So it had a little bit of everything, but it's coming to an end and back to civilization.